guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. A bit of a different one today. It is now the second week of January. It's the new year, it's 2023, and I wanted just to sit down with you guys and have a good chat and get you set up and get myself set up for 2023 and to smash our fitness goals. It is the second week of January now, as I said, which doesn't mean it is too late to get on track and set yourself some fitness goals. If you haven't done this already and really reflected on the last year, decided what your really key goals are this year and what you really want to achieve, broken it down and set it all out, do it now. Sit down with me, grab a hot chocolate or something and sit down with a pen and paper and just go through it now with me and we can do it together. The key to really smashing your fitness goals and your fitness journey this year is to plan and prep in advance. If you just go straight into it, kind of, you know, you just delve into it with no thought beforehand, it's probably not going to happen. You need to sit down and you need to really work through it and get serious about it. So that's what we're doing today. I hope you enjoy the video. If you are new here, please stick around, join the family, give it a thumbs up, all of that good stuff. I did all of these things that I'm about to share with you guys last year, and honestly last year, 2022, was my best year so far in my fitness journey, for sure. I am so proud of what I achieved and I just kind of want to share what I did and all my tips and things for you guys this year. I want you guys and myself to all be able to sit down in December or at the end of the year and just be really proud of ourselves. Look at what we've achieved, look at kind of what we set out to achieve and just feel really good about ourselves, because honestly I've been there, like when you have a New Year's resolution and you just kind of have a big broad, I want to lose weight or I want to get strong, and it's just not enough, and you never, well, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I have been there so many times years ago where I'd have this goal but I'd just never achieve it because I never really set out to achieve it, if that makes sense. We are doing it this year, we're going to have an amazing year, and honestly there is no better feeling than just kind of sitting at the end of the year and you're like, yeah, I did that, I'm proud of myself. So that is the goal and I hope I can help you guys with that this year. The sun has come out, so please excuse the changing light. Can't complain that the sun's out, but it does mean that the lighting is a little bit changeable, so I'm sorry about that. We're just going to deal with it. I also probably should mention I am an online coach. I'm a personal trainer, fully qualified, and I coach women all across the world. I give them fitness plans, I give them nutrition plans, and yeah, I'm their online fitness coach and it is my favorite thing ever. I did just want to share that so you guys know that I am qualified, and if any of you guys are interested, I will leave the link down below that you can inquire to my coaching and we can just have a chat. That isn't signing up, it just means it shows me your interest and then we can have a chat about if it's right for you and all of that kind of thing. Right, let's get into the video. This part is something that we might want to skip. It sometimes is not very nice, especially if you don't think you had a good last year. Sometimes the last thing you want to do is reflect on it. I get it. I really get it, but I think it is also really important, and it's the first kind of step, even in your own mind, to figure out, you know, your pathway. The first point I would really say to do is reflect on the last year. So what goals did you have last year? What did you achieve last year? And what did you not achieve last year? So honestly, get a pen and paper and write them down. This is just for you. No one else is going to see it. It's just for your own mind. So write all the list of things that you managed to do, even if that is one thing. Celebrate your wins. Even if you went to the gym a few times last year, even if you just signed up and got that membership, write it down. Things like that. Write down everything you managed to achieve, all of your wins in the last year. Write them down for me right now. If you were into the gym last year already or running or whatever, I'm focusing on the gym side of things a little bit more in this video, but write down a list of all of your PBs. This will come in really handy. It allows you to see what you achieved in the last year, but it'll also really help you going into the new year, having those PBs there, and it's like a file of what you did in the last year, and then you can compare with the next year, and it keeps it really motivating. And yeah, you just have that to compare to, so that will really benefit you, as well as reflecting and kind of looking at your wins in the last year. It will really help you moving forward into 2023. And then I want you to write down the things that maybe always start off with positives, but then I want you to write down what you didn't achieve, which is something that you still want to achieve. So write that down, write it all down. Once it's all down, it just less in your head, you know, more on paper, less in your head. This is where we get into the goals for the new year. So main point here, point number 2, am I bullet pointing? Maybe I am, we'll see. The main part about this is to set realistic goals. If you have kind of on your goals from last year, like you wanted to lose weight, as I mentioned, or you want to get strong, you want to build your glutes, you want to be able to run a marathon, that kind of thing, they are very broad, big goals. Well, running the marathon, it depends kind of how realistic that is for you, but please make your goals for this year realistic. So 2023 goals, that's what we're doing now. I want you to write them down. Realistic, okay? So please don't write, well, you can write you want to lose weight, but make it realistic, make it achievable, and make it an actual number rather than just being a really broad thing, because that can often feel really just quite overwhelming, and there's less kind of, you can't really see how you're going to reach it as much. So if you want to lose weight, add a value to it that is achievable, because if you just say lose weight, yeah, it kind of loses the meaning. If you want to be able to run a certain distance, if at the moment you cannot run a mile, don't go and put a marathon, because we're trying to make these goals realistic. Obviously long term that is achievable 100%, but just try and make them smaller and more achievable, because the more you tick off the goals, the more you're going to achieve, if that makes sense. Even if you do write a marathon, put underneath it throughout the year chunks of like stepping stones up to that. So maybe you want to be able to run a 5k in or by April or something like that. Set more realistic and attainable goals rather than just it being really broad. A really important thing about this is also that you actually enjoy, and you're actually going to enjoy the goals that you are writing down. Please do not write that you want to be able to run 5-10k if you hate running. I used to do this and I absolutely detested running, and I just like, my goal would just be to run every day or be able to run half marathon or whatever, and I just didn't like running. So please don't do it don't set your goal as something that you really hate. Please don't do that. Make it something that is actually enjoyable, because you're actually going to achieve it, and we're thinking long term here. There's no point doing short term things that you actually don't add anything to your life and you don't actually enjoy. You know, we're leaving that in 2022. Definitely write down how many times a week. Let's kind of stick to the gym side of things, because that's kind of where I am more trained, I guess. That's my area of expertise, is the gym. So set how many days a week you want to train. That is so key. Don't just say you want to go to the gym. It's not gonna happen. Set how many days a week you want to go to the gym, okay? So for example, I want to go to the gym 4 times a week, so that is my goal. You've decided how many sessions you want to do a week. You've written that down. Now, one thing that is so important, and I just say to all my clients, is if you are first getting into the gym, if it is your first time getting into the gym, if you've really struggled with it, if you struggle with motivation and consistency, if you want to go to the gym, say 5 times a week or 4 times a week, and you've currently been going 0 or 1 or 2, even if your goal for the year is 4 or 5 times a week, that's amazing and achievable. But for the first week, don't expect that of yourself. Please don't, because you'll probably not be able to do it, and it'll probably leave you feeling really rubbish when you don't reach that target. So it's going back to the whole making your goals a little bit more achievable and smaller and stepping stones kind of thing, rather than just thinking of the end product, end goal. Half it. I always suggest to my clients to half it. So if they're you know, struggle with consistency and they're not already achieving that consistent 4 or 5 times a week, so always half it. So if your goal is 4 times a week, for the first week do 2. I did this getting back into the gym in January. So for my first week last week, I only did 2 sessions instead of 4, and it left me feeling really good, because I did actually struggle to get to the gym for those 2 sessions, because obviously after time off it's hard, but I wouldn't have reached the 4, and I did the 2, and it left me feeling like I actually achieved something. So for your first week, even 2, but definitely for your first week, maybe even do 2 and then 3 and then 4 and build it up. But please, I've seen it time and time again, people expect 4 or 5 times a week from themselves and they just don't do it because they've gone from nothing to that, and it just leaves them feeling way worse than if you build up to it. So that is a point I really wanted to share with you guys. Now this is my favorite part. I love it so much and I can't wait to share with you guys. I have actually shared with you guys before on a different video. It was a long time ago now, but one of the best things that helped me with my consistency during 2023 is having a calendar purely for the gym. Okay, now hear me out, let me get into it. Honestly, if you are a visual person, this will help you so much. If you just struggle with consistency, honestly, that is the key to you smashing your goals this year. It's being consistent, because if you train consistently, if you run, if you gym, whatever your goal is, if you do it consistently, you're gonna have an amazing year. So I got myself a calendar. This is my 2022 one. My mum got me this for Christmas, not meaning for it to be, I think it came with something actually. I just started using it to write down my workouts, and honestly it's the best thing that I ever did. It is just a calendar and I use it purely for writing my workouts down, okay? So every day, not every day, but every day I train, I write it down, as you can see. So lower, lower, push, lower, pull, lower. And honestly, it might seem just so like, okay, like thanks, it's not really helpful. Try it, and honestly having that visual, like you can actually see the days you have trained and you write it down, is so helpful. It honestly, it motivates me so much, and I hope it'll help some of you guys. I've told all my clients about it. It's honestly just, it gives you that extra boost, and just being able to see visually your month and seeing how many times you've trained, how many times you've not, you can kind of see, it's kind of like just in the back of your mind, you can see it if you need to train, if you haven't. And I love just seeing my 4 times a week on there. So you can only write it down after you've trained. In May I didn't do very well with this, but I also really recommend writing down your steps as well. So in the corner of the day, write down how many steps you did on each day. It is just a really great way of keeping yourself accountable. It's really visual, you can see every single month, you can compare. So some months might not be as good as others, but just having that, it keeps you accountable. It's there in black and white, or actually mine's pink and white because I used a pink pen. But yeah, just having that visual record there. And honestly, I love it. I'm keeping it because I love kind of, I'm gonna compare it with this year. It's just kind of, it's like, it's got nothing to do with anybody else. It's your record of when you work out, and it's in kind of the back, not the back of your head, but because it's right in front of you. It's there. You know what I mean? It's there. It keeps you accountable. I really, really recommend it. And then at the top corner of each month, I write how many I did in that month, how many workouts altogether. And yeah, it's just a really fun way. I really recommend it. And I actually went and got myself one for this year because honestly, it's the best thing ever. So I had to. I'm 2 weeks behind, so I need to catch up. But this one was from Pound Stretcher, and it was literally £1.80. And I loved how it had like the little whiteboard on, so it's nothing like fancy, like look at it. And I mean, this was just like it was never intended for the purpose, but yeah, I really, really honestly recommend it to everyone. So I'm really excited to write in my workouts that I've done already on this. And you could even, I love this one and wanted to share this because I love that I had a whiteboard. I tell all of my clients on a Monday, they tell me when they're going to do their workouts. Life happens, and I know sometimes it doesn't work like that, but for the most part they tell me when they're going to do their however many sessions they're doing. So they'll say I'm training on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And yeah, this is really cool because it means that you can write that yourself, how many days you're going to train, not how many days you're going to train, write the days that you're going to train each week on here. And then you can like write them when you do. And it just gives you a really good record. Keeps you on track. It seems really obvious, but yeah, if you do struggle with consistency, definitely give that a go. I would love to know. Let me know if you go and buy like a calendar. Purely, don't write on another calendar. Go and get one. I can't speak today, specifically for your workouts. It's just, I love it. £1.80 pound stretcher, go and get it. My next point is planning your nutrition. It will change your life, especially if your goals this year are to really get on top of your nutrition. Honestly, planning your meals is key. At the start of the week, plan what you're gonna eat. On my coaching app, my clients have so many recipes that all fit in with their macros and everything, their calories and all of that kind of thing to fit their goals. And at the start of the week, they can pick all of their recipes. So even if you get a whiteboard or a notepad and write down what meals you're gonna have on a Sunday or a Monday, write down what meals you're gonna have, it will change your game. If you leave it to the day, you're working all day, you're gonna be tired, you're gonna think, stuff it, let's just get a Domino's, or stuff it, let's just get a microwavable meal, because you're tired. I get it, it is hard. It's hard, and this is why planning in advance is gonna be so key. So you don't even have to meal prep. If you are, it works for some, it doesn't work for others, but if you've never tried it, or you think it might be right for you, meal prepping might be a really good idea as well. If you've got that time on a Sunday, it will save you so much time throughout the week. I currently don't meal prep, but it's definitely something in the future when I move out I might think about doing. But you don't have to. Even just planning the meals you're gonna have, so you've got it there, you're gonna be less likely to go and get a pizza because you're just cheating yourself if you've written it there that you're gonna have spaghetti bolognese, you know what I mean? You're going against yourself. So having that there will help you keep you really accountable. Make sure you've got the right foods in the fridge, that kind of thing. So you're not gonna be nipping to the shop in your lunch break and just grabbing something. Another thing that I swear by is make more, if you're not like a meal prepper, just making way more for your dinner and saving it for your lunch the next day. If you're someone that struggles with lunches, or even make it for your dinner the next day, honestly, again, it's a game changer. You kind of need to do things now that'll help future you out, because future you is gonna be tired. Future you is gonna be, can't be bothered, you know? So try and do it now, and that's what meal prepping or just planning your meals in advance will do. And if you are serious about your nutrition, and that's a really big part of your fitness journey and anyone's fitness journey, nutrition obviously is a huge part of it. If you're someone that really kind of needs to get a hold of that, planning, it's all in the planning. Plan out your meals, meal prep if you like, make more for your lunches or your dinners. Like, you don't have to make your whole weekly meals. Even just making a big batch of chili or spaghetti or stir fry or curry or whatever you eat will really help you out for the rest of the week. Because yeah, I know what it's like. CBA and all that, you get tired and you just want something quick and easy. That is quick and easy. If that's sat there waiting for you and it's a nice, yummy, nutritious meal, then you've got no excuses really, have you? So it's also very money saving. Is that the right word? Money efficient, cost efficient, there we go. Definitely saves money in the long run, it really does. Honestly, so many of my clients have said to me how much money they've saved by having my coaching, just purely from the fact that they're more prepared, more organized with their food, less wastage and all of that kind of thing. So definitely something to bear in mind. Another point which might seem really obvious, you've heard it so many times before, but is to get a friend or train with somebody, even if it's a family member, a partner, anything. It'll help keep you so accountable. And decide when you're going to train. Are you going to train in the mornings? Are you going to train in the evenings? This year I am actually aiming to train in the morning. Have I done it yet? No. The last 2 weeks haven't been the best. I am going to do a whole video, I think, of me kind of getting back on track and like glowing up my life a little bit getting into 2023, because I've been slacking a bit and I want to kind of get on top of things. But morning sessions is something that I'm really going to try and get in this year. So let me know, do you prefer morning or evening? But that's something I definitely want to get in. Yeah, sets your day up, gets you in a good mood, ready for the rest of the day. I'm really excited to crack that this year. I think I've kind of mentioned everything. I really just want this year to be the best for all of us. Set realistic goals, please do. Even if you want some help setting your goals, send me a DM on Instagram and I'll happily try and help you. So if you have like a broad goal, if you want me to kind of help you break that down a little bit to be more achievable and like stepping stones for you, send me a DM and I'd love to help you out. And yeah, my link to my coaching will also be down below. But I hope this video was useful. Come on guys, it's not too late to have the best 2023 and just make it really an amazing one and really be proud at the end of it. So let's do it guys, let's have a good one. I'm excited, I can't wait. If any of you watch this and have like a really good year and smash your fitness goals, I'll be so excited and I can't wait to hear all about it. Imagine if at the end of the year we could discuss this again and we've all smashed it. Let's do it. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling now. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't hesitate to send me a DM if you'd like any help, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.